Hey everybody, this is Maniac from Bricks. I'm here with a quick video. Kind of want to do a new series on here called What I Just Built. Basically has to do with, well, what I just built, kind of my first impression after just building it, and my thoughts on it. So let's get right to it. I'm going to try to make this real short and maybe put it into its own playlist at a later time. So, let's start off with these two figures from Bionicle. They are both the Protector of Earth on the left and Protector of Water on the right. I put one of the skull spiders from Onua over here, but anyway, let's go right to it. Between the two figures, they're pretty much the same build, skeletal-wise. I mean, this one is a little bit more broad-shouldered, so it actually does add some uniqueness to it, and also has the chest is the, what do we call them? The stud launchers, and it's apparently darker. Let me see if I can move it up here, get a little bit more light on it. So, this one has a little bit more uniqueness to it. It's a little bit broader, wider. The only thing I really don't like about this figure is this piece, because it's intended to spin, but there's kind of like a fine line of room right there to actually make it spin. And it's not as obvious as this is. So, you know, the consistency there. I really do like the shoulder armor. That is a really nice piece on both sides. I also like, even though it's kind of wimpy, this blade here is actually nice to have there, so that when you take this off and maybe some of the armor pieces and use them on Onua, you can actually still have a weapon for this figure, unlike all the other ones. Now, the next one over here, I'm just going to move it up here because it's brighter. Protector of Water, it lacks a little bit on the armor because it has the turbines, and I think that's an okay substitute. It's actually part of how it transforms with Gali, and it's a little bit, you know, wide here, or not wide, but like, you know, much more carried out over more than the head is. This I feel like could have been used a little bit, like kind of switch to the front and the back. You know, this could have been covered up a little bit more, and this one could have been a little bit closer to the chest. The weapon is okay, not much to write home about. It's just you need to move the arms out enough so that you can actually spin this and use them. The skull spiders have nothing really to say. They're just skull spiders. Practically stationary, except for the fact that you can apply the mask to them and move the limbs, but not really that far or uniquely. Now for the Skull Basher, he's an interesting looking figure. I do like the play feature with him because it's a very interesting build on top of a more standard Bionicle figure torso. So the idea is that you can push this and even angle these. You can angle these, you know, axes away from each other in different ways. So you can get some different ways of bashing with them. So you just press this in the middle. It does have a tendency to move from side to side, which could either offer playability or mess up what you're trying to do, depending on what you're going for. But you can also shake this back and forth when just carrying the figure around. So that's kind of a bummer because it's just the way this is constructed. A little bit of it falling off, but it's alright. It does have a cool mask with it on the front and on the side with Onua, and it is nice to have them with axes, but these axes can also get in the way of the giant horns at times. The mask here is... Can anybody explain this from the story? It's a kind of a simple story, but I feel like the idea is just, it's a possessed mask. Like, it was this mask, just owned by another creature with those elemental powers transferred to it, so I don't know what to call it. Bionicle, I'm going to talk about in a separate video, the top 5 reasons why I think Bionicle got cancelled. No definitive proof if those are actual reasons, though. Alright, so next up we have Onua, and he looks very unique compared to the other figures, also part of the video. And I really do like the sticker on here. I think it's good that I applied it because it does add a bit of detail to him. It actually works well having the gold and silver on the character itself. It really, not bad. I think it just needs a little bit of coverage in the back. The red pins are obvious, but it's not too difficult to, you know, fix those up. And I would say you just need to fix the hammer on this side. Just cover that up on top because it's technically a foot that's been flipped around. But it's pretty cool, and I also like how you can change this so that you can have 2 claws for Onua's hands, and it also has nice shoulder armor there too. Next up we have the Robin set for Nexo Knights, the smaller version. It's mainly a display stand, not much to really say here, but it does have some nice printed shield pieces you can change around. I do like the blasters being in blue instead of orange. I don't really have experience with them in a lot of colors outside of red, green, and orange. So it's nice to get the blue in there, and also just a bunch of good parts. So it's a parts pack, really. I did get this mainly for the torso. And last but not least, we have Pizza to Go. I got this set for about $40, and it was only missing the 2 stickers on the truck. It still looks okay without them, but kind of looks a little bit better with them too. And this minifigure, which I already had in my collection. Figures-wise, these are kind of on the plain side compared to nowadays, but they are appropriate for what you're doing in the restaurant. So you have one to cook, one to eat, and one to deliver, which is just all that you really need. Now, other than the figures, the builds are okay. They are, for their time, the late 90s, they look okay. It does have a little bit of trouble with getting the figure in here with the radio, because it kind of just blocks where their arm goes, but still a nice build for a little truck. I've even tried to do this in the post office in my own sets, or in my own customizing. Make it a post office truck. I can't speak. 2 slots in here that you can fit the pizzas in. It's actually enough space and convenient doors. You also have a whole bunch of pizzas. That's a print. There was a print on the truck. This is a sticker over assembly. I do like how they try to add some detail in here with the vents and this open airway, but there isn't really a lot of detail just for its time. There is also detail in here for fitting the pizzas in the oven, 2 at a time, which makes sense. And you can also fit these cups on there, so that's pretty cool. You got the garbage can. This is just a narrow doorway. I would have liked it if it was a little bit longer, or like a little bit wider, really. But that's really the only complaint I have here. Pretty good other than that. So there we have it, my quick thoughts on 6 different sets. Thanks for watching, and let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. I will do a review for these individually later on the channel, but for right now, that's just what I think about them. It may change, so see you later.